So what's the point? I mean, it ought to add up to something, shouldn't it? A guy telling his life story at length, but it doesn't really come to anything. Well, I guess I would have been glad to read it, glad to see the footprints in the sands of time. Yes, glad to know there was once someone vaguely like me, and will be again, no doubt. We are a hive, we humans. No individual death really matters. Like when we were at the beach last year, and Conrad Jr. caught a lot of crabs. Crabs are so stupid that all you do is lower a fish head or chicken neck down in the water, and the crab grabs it and won't let go, and you pull up the string and net him and put him in a bucket with the other crabs you caught. Unless you haven't caught any crabs yet, in which case the bucket is empty. And we cooked them for supper. They screamed when I threw them into the boiling water, but screamed so high that it was hard to hear, but not quite so high a scream as lobsters do. We cooked the crabs for supper, and poor Conrad Jr. started crying because, you understand, these crabs and him had been out on the dock for several hours, doing a number together, biped catching crustacean. And now the poor crabs were dead, but the consoling factor was that, after all, there are still a whole lot more crabs in the ocean. The race of crab not one whit diminished by these individual deaths. No man is an island, if you think of it the right way. No man is an island, meaning that, in fact, an individual death doesn't matter. It's the whole thing, the gestalt, that matters. So that, it has been suggested, our best way for space colonization would be to send out probes full of bacteria or viruses, just so they have that buddy-buddy double strand of DNA. The genes are sitting down deep in us. We are, in fact, big space probes for the genes. We are robots that the genes build in order to reproduce themselves. The other form of immortality being software maintenance. The final hit being, though, the realization that even immortality is relative. Try like 10 to the 30th years from now, man, when most of the protons have broke down.